blow out vents before replacing the cabin air filter. Most drivers think replacing the cabin air filter is enough, but that's only half the job. Over time, leaves, bugs, pollen, and even mold build up inside the air ducts, especially if you park under trees or don't use the recirculate setting. That debris doesn't all get caught by the filter. It stays hidden in the vent housing and eventually blows straight into your face every time you turn on the fan. The fix is simple. Before sliding in a fresh filter, grab a shop vac with a blower or a can of compressed air and blast the housing and outside cowl. You'll be shocked at what comes flying out. Dust clouds, moldy leaves, even tiny insects. Not only will your car smell fresher, but you'll breathe cleaner air and reduce strain on the HVAC system. As for replacement, forget the every 15,000 miles rule. Swap your filter at least once a year or twice if you drive dirt roads or live in a dusty area. The best part? You can do it yourself in 5 minutes with one hand and a flashlight, saving the $80 your dealership would happily charge you for the same job. Lubricate door hinges and weather stripping. That squeak you hear when opening your door in the rain isn't just annoying, it's your car's way of crying for help. Dry door hinges grind metal against metal, wearing them down until the door sags, making it harder to close and putting stress on the latch. Over time, that can lead to expensive alignment and latch repairs. The same goes for your rubber weather stripping. When it dries out and cracks, water sneaks in, leading to leaks, mold, and rust. The fix is quick and cheap. A couple of times a year, spray each hinge with white lithium grease, making sure to get inside the pivot points with a straw nozzle. For the weather stripping, use silicone spray or dielectric grease. Just a light coat wiped on with a rag is enough to keep it soft, flexible, and watertight. This 5-minute, $5 job can save you hundreds in repairs and keep your car sealing and closing like it's brand new. Torque lug nuts correctly. Ever try changing a tire and nearly throw your back out because the lug nuts were cranked down like a gorilla tightened them? That's the result of careless shops, blasting them with an impact gun and ignoring torque specs. Over-tightening isn't just frustrating, it's dangerous. It can warp brake rotors, strip threads on the studs, or even snap a lug nut while you're driving. Every vehicle has a specific torque rating, usually between 80 to 100 foot-pounds, and hitting that number matters. The right way: hand tighten your lugs first, then use a torque wrench to finish the job in a star pattern for even pressure. If you must use an impact gun, only do so with a proper torque stick, and even then, double-check with a torque wrench. And if someone else has worked on your wheels, check their work when you get home. Proper torque means your wheels are secure without being dangerously over-tightened, saving your brakes, studs, and peace of mind. Apply anti-seize to spark plug threads. Pulling out a spark plug that's welded itself to the cylinder head is a nightmare you don't want to live through. In aluminum heads, steel spark plugs can seize over time thanks to heat, moisture, and corrosion, bonding together tighter than a rusted bolt on a 40-year-old pickup. If those threads strip when you try to remove the plug, you're suddenly looking at a costly head repair. The simple fix: before installing new plugs, put a light dab of anti-seize compound on the threads. Nickel or copper-based formulas like Permatex work best. Avoid getting it on the electrode or tip, just coat the threads sparingly. Even if the plugs come pre-treated, high-mileage engines or harsh climates make the extra step worth it. Do this, and years later, your plugs will break loose smoothly instead of fighting you every turn. And you won't be stuck shopping for a helicoil kit instead of enjoying a quick tune-up. Use dielectric grease on electrical connectors. Electrical gremlins that show up only when it rains or after a wash are almost always caused by moisture creeping into a connector. Once water or dirt gets in, corrosion starts, and suddenly you've got flickering taillights, misfiring spark plugs, or sensors acting like they've lost their minds. The fix is both simple and cheap. Anytime you unplug an electrical connector, whether it's a spark plug boot, sensor plug, trailer wiring, or even battery terminals, apply a thin coat of dielectric grease to the pins or inside the boot. This non-conductive grease acts as a protective barrier, sealing out moisture, dust, and road salt without affecting the electrical connection. Just don't slather it on. A light coat is all you need. Do this consistently, and you'll prevent countless hours of chasing phantom faults and keep your car's electronics running reliably in any weather. Replace the PCV valve regularly, that small, inexpensive piece of plastic called the PCV, positive crankcase ventilation. Valve plays a huge role in keeping your engine clean and healthy. Its job is to vent blow-by gases from the crankcase back into the intake so they can be burned off, preventing sludge buildup and excess pressure inside the engine. Over time, oil vapors and carbon deposits clog the valve, causing it to stick. When that happens, pressure builds up, seals start leaking, gaskets fail, and sludge begins coating your engine's internals. Most drivers never touch the PCV valve, and many mechanics don't mention it. Yet it's a $10 part you can swap in minutes. The rule of thumb: check it about every 30,000 miles. Shake it. If it doesn't rattle freely, replace it. Some pop right out by hand, others need a wrench, but either way, it's an easy bit of preventive maintenance that can save you from expensive repairs and keep your engine breathing properly for years. Stick to quality batteries. A cheap battery might save you a few bucks up front, but it can leave you stranded months later when its weak cells give out. Not all batteries are created equal. Some have low reserve capacity, poor cold cranking amps, and warranties that aren't worth the paper they're printed on. If you want reliability in both extreme heat and freezing cold, stick to trusted brands like Interstate or AC Delco, which have proven durability over decades. Consumer Reports also ranks Superstart Platinum, Odyssey, Duralast Platinum, and X2 Power among the best for lifespan and performance. Yes, these cost more than bargain bin options, but a strong, well-built battery can last years longer, saving you the hassle and expense of emergency jump starts, or worse, a tow, when you least expect it. Avoid driving through deep water. That flooded street might look harmless, but it can destroy your engine in seconds. Just 6 inches of standing water is enough to get sucked into a low-mounted air intake, causing hydrolock. When water enters the cylinders, the pistons can't compress it, and the result is bent rods, cracked blocks, or a completely seized engine. And the damage doesn't stop there. Deep water can fry sensors, short out electronics, ruin your exhaust system, and turn your carpet into a moldy mess. SUVs, sedans, and even trucks are all vulnerable. If you can't see the road surface beneath the water, don't risk it. Turn around, wait for the flood to recede, or find another route. One bad decision in a rainstorm can mean the end of your engine, and no mechanic's trick will bring it back without a massive repair bill. Don't spray water in the engine bay. It might be tempting to blast your engine compartment with a hose or pressure washer to make it shine, but doing so can cause costly damage. Modern engine bays are packed with sensitive components: coils, sensors, alternators, fuse boxes that are not designed to take a direct hit from pressurized water. Even a small amount of moisture in the wrong connector can cause misfires, electrical shorts, no-start conditions, or lingering check engine lights. If you want a clean engine, stick to safer methods. Use a damp rag with degreaser or have it steam cleaned. If you must use water, keep the pressure low and cover vulnerable parts like the alternator and fuse box. Your engine doesn't need to look like it belongs in a showroom. It just needs to run reliably, and that means keeping water where it belongs, out of the electronics. Buy a washable air filter. Instead of replacing a paper air filter every 12 to 15,000 miles, invest in a high-quality washable, reusable filter from brands like K&N, AEM, or Spectre. While they cost more upfront, typically $60 to $80, they can last the life of your vehicle with proper care, saving you money in the long run. These filters can be cleaned, lightly re-oiled, and reinstalled, providing consistent airflow and, in some cases, a slight boost in throttle response or fuel economy. Just follow the manufacturer's cleaning schedule, usually every 30,000 miles, or sooner if you drive in dusty or rural areas, and avoid over-oiling, which can foul MAF sensors. Not only will you reduce waste and maintenance costs, but you'll also help your engine breathe cleaner, cooler air for years to come. Use a snorkel even if you're not off-roading. Most people think snorkels are only for hardcore 4x4 trucks crossing rivers, but they're actually useful for everyday drivers in certain environments. A properly installed snorkel raises your vehicle's air intake above the hood line, pulling in cleaner, cooler air that's less likely to be full of dust, dirt, or water. This is especially helpful if you live near construction sites, drive on dirt or gravel roads, or deal with heavy tropical rain and flood-prone areas. By keeping contaminants and moisture out of the intake, a snorkel reduces the risk of hydrolock, extends the life of your air filter, and helps your engine breathe easier. It won't magically add horsepower, but it can give you extra protection in bad weather or rough conditions, without hurting performance. Sometimes it's not about extreme off-roading, it's about being ready for the unexpected. Use high-mileage oil in older engines. Once your vehicle passes about 75,000 miles, its seals and gaskets aren't as tight as they were when it was new. Regular motor oil can start slipping past worn seals, leading to small leaks, oil consumption, and even noisier operation. High-mileage oils like Valvoline Max Life, Castrol GTX High Mileage, or Mobil 1 High Mileage are formulated with seal conditioners that help swell and rejuvenate old gaskets, reducing leaks. They also contain extra detergents to clean out sludge that naturally builds up over time. While it won't fix serious mechanical issues like a blown head gasket, switching to high-mileage oil can quiet lifters, smooth idle, and extend the usable life of an aging engine. Think of it as a tune-up in a bottle, cheap insurance to keep your older engine running strong for years to come. Inspect the old oil filter. Most people remove the old oil filter, toss it in the trash, and never think twice. But that filter can reveal what's really happening inside your engine. After draining it, cut it open with a filter cutter or hacksaw and inspect the pleats. Shiny metal flakes may indicate bearing wear or piston damage, while thick black sludge points to poor oil quality or extended oil change intervals. Even the outside of the filter tells a story. A bloated or collapsed housing could mean a clogged filter or faulty bypass valve, often seen in cheap, poorly made filters. By checking your used filter every oil change, you can spot early warning signs before you hear knocking, lose oil pressure, or face a major repair bill. It's like running a health check on your engine. Simple, cheap, and potentially game-changing. Don't trust the dealership for maintenance. While some dealerships have skilled, honest technicians, many operate with sales quotas that encourage upselling unnecessary services. It's common for customers to come in for a simple oil change and leave with a $900 bill for urgent flushes, filters, and repairs they didn't really need. Dealerships are fine for warranty work, but for regular maintenance, it's often better to find a reputable independent mechanic, preferably one who owns the shop or puts their name on the work. Look for someone with strong community reviews, fair pricing, and a willingness to explain what's truly necessary versus what can wait. Building a relationship with a trusted local shop means you'll get honest advice, consistent service, and fewer surprise charges, saving you money and headaches in the long run. Use fuel injector cleaner 3 tanks in a row. Tossing a bottle of injector cleaner in once and expecting miracles is like brushing your teeth once a month and hoping for perfect dental health. Fuel injectors accumulate carbon deposits over time, especially if you run lower-grade fuel, which can lead to rough idling, sluggish acceleration, and reduced fuel economy. The fix is to run a quality cleaner, like Techron, Lucas, or Seafoam, for 3 consecutive fill-ups. Pour it in before you add gas, drive that tank close to empty, and repeat twice more. By the 3rd tank, most drivers notice smoother starts, improved throttle response, and better mileage. This approach gives the cleaner time to break down stubborn buildup inside the injectors, restoring proper spray patterns and combustion efficiency, especially valuable for high-mileage engines that haven't seen a cleaning in years. Use top-quality oil filters. Even the best motor oil can't protect your engine if your oil filter is junk. Low-quality filters can clog early, collapse under pressure, or allow dirt and metal particles to circulate right back into your engine. Over time, that contamination can cause excessive wear and shorten engine life. The filters worth trusting, based on years of cutting them open and inspecting their guts, include Mobil 1, Fram Ultra Synthetic, K&N, Wix, and Bosch Premium. These brands use strong housings, synthetic filtration media, and high-quality anti-drain back valves that hold up to long oil change intervals, even up to 10,000 miles. K&N filters also feature a welded nut for easy removal, while Wix and Bosch are known for their consistent build quality. Yes, they cost more than bargain filters, but they give you the protection your oil was meant to provide, keeping your engine cleaner, longer, and safer from wear. Don't top off brake fluid blindly. Seeing a low brake fluid level and topping it off without checking. Why is a common mistake that can hide bigger problems? As brake pads wear down, the caliper pistons extend, which naturally lowers the fluid level in the reservoir. That drop is often a sign of pad wear, not a leak or fluid loss. If you just keep adding fluid, you might mask worn pads until they're dangerously thin. Worse, if you overfill and then replace the pads, the excess fluid can overflow, damaging paint and components. Brake fluid is highly corrosive. Also, brake fluid absorbs moisture over time, which reduces braking performance and can cause internal corrosion. If the fluid looks dark or dirty, it's time for a flush, not a top-off. Always inspect pad thickness first, address any wear, and only add the correct amount of clean fluid when it's truly needed. This keeps your braking system safe and responsive without creating hidden hazards.